Okay, from Kathleen, to make the long story actually longer, recount this nightmare. No, it is a nightmare with these supposedly renters, tenants that my mom acquired, Barbara Young and Adrian Hurston. I don't know if they don't have the same last name. How could they be related? But they proclaim, or she proclaimed, that's her son. They rented this house from my mother. So to go back to the origin of this house in Las Vegas, I mean, I don't live there. I have no intention in living there because I know it's a racket. Seriously, it's a sin city, and not because of that, just because of the spiritual. What do you call it? Gambling and all the fast life. And I have no intention to move there. I believe there is a spiritual bondage over the city because of that. However, I remember this, what happened like 7 years ago. This guy named Victor Pai, well, he doesn't speak much English at all. He kind of spun around, like wasted all his livelihood or whatever, or was failed in many ways. Moved to Vegas. That's what we heard. Meaning, me and my mom heard about Victor Pai, but then he married this woman from China named Pansy. So they tried to entice my mother to go to Vegas and buy a house, or like a second home, or whatever it was. And I tried to really talk her out of it. I said, I pleaded with her. I said, I think she didn't remember that. She went through it before. For these folks who really don't speak English would take advantage of you because they could not sell it to just regular folks, honestly. And then they make their commission. It happened to her before. She didn't remember. She took on a huge debt. Again, I think she lost her mind by then. Then, the tenants didn't pay. So the same agent told her, well, you know what, just sell it. So the agent at that time, I'm going to call her out too. Anyways, but she made double the commission because she listed it, and then she resell it. So I said, if you don't remember, it's not a good situation. Anyway, so my mother gave me the double barrel finger, and I was just in a lot of anguish. She said, oh, fuck off. And then she made me go with her to Vegas, and this Victor Pai drove a van and gave us a quick little buffet or something, a cheap buffet. It was just I tried to stop her, until she signed a deal. This place was in Summerlin. It's a 3-bedroom. I told her, I said, what do you want to do? Subject yourself to that. Because they said they couldn't rent it for that much money at that time. They only started the rent 12 something, I recall. But she's telling me to bug off. So Victor Pai and the wife, Pansy, were managing it. Supposedly, I just kept my mouth shut the whole time. But she signed on a huge mortgage deal. Again, I was just, in my heart, I knew she made a mistake because she has to make these payments and relying on the renters to pay the rent. I don't know how good are these management. Anyways, he was terrible. I guess they just took it out and I don't know who, they probably wanted to rent to people I don't know, BLM or whatever that have an agenda. Once they get in there, they just they ghost you. They give them the double barrel, so to speak, because they were not able to collect rent, and then my mom tried to hide it from me. So I just hands off, because I do not want to. It's get involved at all. However, it got really bad when, so it was back and forth, they were talking about eviction, and then these people would pay back a little bit. So when 2020, I guess there was supposed to be a moratorium on rent collection, and these people weren't paying. Again, they're Barbara Young, Adrian Hurston, and supposedly Raymond. I mean, I never met these people. I have no grudge against anyone, But, I mean, come on, you're grown adults and taking advantage of this poor old lady. Because Victor Pye, Pansy Pye, may know unto them, say, hey, it's an older lady that really depend on this rent because she needs to pay the mortgage. You know, everybody knows that. So make your deposit. They made a deal, like supposedly make direct deposit into mom's account, and their check were bouncing a lot. They weren't paying. So when the moratorium came, I think it was 9 months they didn't pay, and I saw Mom Grace. I thought she was like losing it. She was totally losing it. She was like twirling her thumb, her hands. She got this mailers. You get, you know, these mailers by saying, hey, we'll buy your home for cash, and if you have bad tenants, and don't worry if you have, like, you know, dilapidated condition, don't worry, they'll, you know, of course they'll pay you jack squat, right? Anyways, so with that said, fast forward to now, I tried to put the house on the market because I just cannot take this anymore. I cannot take it because she threw it onto my lap when these folks stopped paying for like 7-8 months or longer. Anyways, so, you know, she didn't want to go with Victor Pye's idea, which was the same thing that happened. They just go, oh, well, we'll file for eviction, and then the court case, they said it was going to cost $600, and they were charging her a bunch of money for really bullshit. Like getting $2,500 to fix something that, you know, that was just probably a con job. So Vegas is a con. Anyway, go to the present day. I put the house on the market. I tried to sell it, and I tried to be cordial to these people, Adrian and Barbara. Adrian Hurston actually was a security guard at the Caesar's Palace. That's when I saw the application, right, from, you know, when Mom threw it on my lap. I have to see who the hell are these folks. And I suppose, I don't know what Barbara Young does, but, you know, one day I got an email from this Las Vegas Metropolitan Police, and they requesting the information for this Adrian Hurston because he applied for the LVMPD to be a police officer. So the mother, I suppose that's a mother, I don't know for sure. Again, Barbara Young, Adrian Hurston, not the same name. Well, she pleaded with me. I said, hey, what's this? So she pleaded with me. She said, oh, don't say anything, don't say anything. So I just ignored it or whatever. Anyways, I did see the link of the inquiry from the LVMPD to see their history, whether it's like they're good tenants, they pay on time, were they like, you know, like not paying, how often they were not paying. So I just like kept my mouth shut. And anyways, I suppose Adrian Hurston got into the LVMPD as a recruit, whatever. But the bad behavior continues, you know, because the lady, Barbara, was pleading with me by saying, I know we owe you money or whatever. We're just going to pay incrementally. So they were like paying incrementally a little bit at the time, but they were never on time. It's always, you know, I used to have to get everything together by the 1st. Then most of the apartments, they gave me till the 5th, right? The grace period. These people don't pay until the 25th or the 30th or the month after. So I just like, I'm so fed up because the mortgage company are finding me because, you know, once my mom kind of went out of her mind, I have to, as the heir, I have to take care of everything. So now I'm stuck with all these bills and I can't pay, and then I have to like call them, but they were ghosting real time people. Like when Victor Pye, they say, well, we tried to go knock on the door, but nobody answered. And then the kicker is, this is my chance of getting the place sold. But I gotta let you know, Vegas is a devil of a place. because they rigged the system now to the point if the tenants, no, seriously, they fail to pay over a period of time, I guess, I don't know, maybe $500 threshold. I have no idea of not just sewer, it's a separate bill, of trash collection, it's a separate bill, because I know they all fall under our name. And then now water bill, like 6 months ago, the Las Vegas Water District sent us the letter and saying that the water that the tenants don't pay is going to go to your name. So I called them immediately. I said, that's foolish. Would I be able to go to a supermarket and grab a bunch of groceries and not pay and then default to my landlord? No freaking way. Can I go to a restaurant and eat a meal and make somebody else pay, force them to pay for it? No freaking way. But how could you guys force me to pay when after I reasoned with them and the supervisor of Las Vegas Water District, and they said, that's the way it is, ha ha ha. It's gonna go to your name. I said, well, shut it off. They go, oh, we can't do that because somebody's living there. I said, what kind of SJW are you? Are you freaking out of your minds? They won't shut off the water. Well, finally, I guess the supervisor said, okay, we'll shut it off. But it doesn't matter. They could just go back there and turn the knob back on. So it's just a knob. So now the water's still ticking. Like it's a fucking desert. Water is expensive. I'm paying for 3 people for the mortgage and their utility, water, sewer, trash, I don't know what else. Now, they can start ordering Uber Eats and try to bill it on the owner too? I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. Who wants to go to Las Vegas? Get the fuck out of there. But these people won't move. They keep bouncing the checks. I try to be nice, okay? I mean, I try to be cordial, but it doesn't work. I try to be nice by saying, look, I'm going to put the place on the market because, with this kind of behavior, I try not to be adversarial. We just can't afford it. I don't know. These people, mostly, they do not respond to text messages or whatever. And I don't know what's on their mind. So how could this person, Adrian Hurston, to be on the Las Vegas police force? That's my question. And could you please get them out? Because they bounced their checks. They did not pay. They would not answer. I have to pay hundreds of dollars. This is another ridiculous thing. I would never, ever move to Vegas or Clark County for that matter. Because they're morons. The kicker is that, oh my God, I'm just losing my breath. So the kicker is that I cannot serve them a eviction. I have to go through a company. So that's, again, it's rigged. To serve is $85 for eviction notices, right? So instead of me writing, like easy used to be, you write certified mail, say, hey, dudes, you're gonna leave in 30 days or whatever, if you don't pay, or 7 days. But now you have to hire somebody to do so. I don't know why. I'm telling you, the reason why Las Vegas or Nevada, I guess the eviction company person told me that it's like 39,000 in last year or something evictions. I mean, people just don't pay. This is why I told Mother before, because of the gambling, the whole thing about the party, and then just. People are out of their minds. Why would you want to own a place there? It's really dumbfounding to me. I don't care who says like Summerlin is so great. Summerlin is a piece of shit. Howard Hughes built this huge deserty community, right? They overcharging so much money, and then they have a bunch of HOA. I would call them Nazi. I don't know. They're just driving around. They're giving me tickets because they said the tickets goes to the owner if your tenants like throwing cigarette butts for stupid shit like that. We saw them throwing cigarette butts, and then we're gonna fine you. Or your tenants they were doing this. They did not trim their palms. So you're gonna fine me. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that? This place is really full of mafia. Because every time I try to protest, I said, can you give me to the AG or whatever, right? Whoever that oversees this community. They just like kind of give me the run around. They just go, oh, well, the community make their own rules or whatever. So if they want to fine me $100 a day for your tenants, bad behavior, throwing cigarette butts or whatever they send me letters. So I have to like really comply, and I have to go broke. I have to pay mortgages. I have to pay late fees, and no, the mortgage company's not going to cut me a deal. And now the kicker, of course, they won't move. I've sent them 3-4 notices, and we have to go to court. So that's not. I don't want to say like it's add up to another $400-500. I don't go to court. I have to get somebody else to do the filing. So again, the court filing is more expensive. And then the kicker again is once you get the filing in place, the judge say, oh, okay, now they can go. I thought, oh, great. Okay, bye. Yeah, you got to get out. No, you have to pay for the deputy service, which is the constable, to go serve them. But then, you know what? If they just like ignore it and then they can appeal or whatever, you can't even go lock them out. And that's another like few $100s. I mean, who can put up with this shit? I know this might hurt the sales. Again, I was trying to be nice. I was listing the place with tenants in place, even though I know it's not a good thing because I know they're bad people. However, a bigger corporation can scoop up a little guy like us, and they can deal with this. Like, they deal with it all the time with people not paying or, just bad behaviors, right? I am not a corporate. I cannot deal with that. So with that said, I've listed a place for sale, and but they won't show it because they just avoid, either they'll cancel, they just ghosting me and the agent. So now I can't sell it. I'm stuck. So I'm begging you, Las Vegas, I call the recruit office or whatever. I say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. They begged me. They say we're gonna make good of the past due and everything. The tenants, Barbara Young, Adrian Hurston, but Adrian Hurston is on your police force. But you know what? It's unbearable because not only they're not paying, they keep bouncing their checks, and of course they've done this before. It's tricky. They use Barbara Young's check, so Adrian Hurston's name is not on the check. So I don't even know how much they're related, honestly. But her check bounces, she don't care. And she sent me like a registered letter by saying, I'm over 55 years old. You have to give me more days. As if she can't fucking get out of there on her own. This is ridiculous. I'm just saying, somebody help me. I got a squatter here or in Vegas, and there's no justice. I cannot keep paying, not just for their mortgages, their bad behavior, HOA coming down on me. I hate to say that Vegas is a nightmare. And what do you call the water power utilities that come down on the owner, and I got letters from all of these utility companies by saying, we're putting lien on your property. You know what? I know I cannot talk to these people because they're low IQ. They just won't listen. And this is wrong. So I'm going to call you out. And I would say that Las Vegas, you are doomed. You are really a place of shit. It's like third world country. Actually, third world country probably runs better than that. That an owner can go in and tell them, get out. But this place, no, you have to spend more money. And you got to do something. I'm calling you LVMPD. I beg you. I said, do something. There was like, the recruit guy said, oh, well, then he's like too late or whatever. So it's too late? Come on. Give me a freaking break. But if you have any ideas, anybody else, please comment. Help us out because they're ruining my Christmas. Thank you.